gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and I want to start off by saying a very special thank you to my good friend Chad from the channel A Gentleman's Journey. Thank you very much for having me be a part of this collaboration. You're one of my closest friends and one of the strongest relationships that I've made in the fragrance community, so thank you so much for being there, thank you for supporting me, and thank you for being such a good friend. So guys, let's go ahead and get into it. He asked me to make a video about my top 5 favorite lavender fragrances, and here they are. And I just want to start off by saying this wasn't an easy list to make, and I say that because I do have a lot of fragrances, but lavender isn't necessarily one of my favorite notes. Now, one of my favorite fragrances does contain the note of lavender, and it seems like all of the ones I'm going to talk about today are fragrances that I absolutely love. So in the end, it became easier as I went on. But let's go ahead and get into the list, and I'll tell you guys what fragrances I have been wearing a lot that do contain the note of lavender. This one I actually discovered through another friend's recommendation, and just shows you how well we work as a community. This one is by CARON, and this is my number 5 pick. It's called CARON pour un homme. I think this is a really cool fragrance. It has a strong lavender note, and it becomes a little bit powdery in the dry down. It has a gentlemanly feel in it as well. If you can tolerate it, that's the best way I'm going to put it. If you can tolerate it, and if you like the smell of lavender, I think this one will become a staple in your collection.
Now, my first choice for this top 10, or top 5 if you will, 5 from Steven, 5 from me, is actually going to be a decant from the house of Davidoff. I originally did not know that this fragrance existed up until I saw it on Decant Shop, and I was really curious to try it, and I'm glad I did. And it's going to be Davidoff Cool Water Frozen. Now, it does have a lot of that Cool Water DNA. Cool Water came out so many years ago. I think it came out in '88. It's definitely a classic. So it does have that Cool Water DNA with the green notes and also that really fresh vibe. But it's a little bit different in its own identity. And I find that it's a little bit more sportier, if you will, a little bit lighter. It does have a lot of that oak moss and that lavender, but it also has jasmine, orange blossom, sandalwood, and a little bit more. I really do like this one, and for the price tag, you really can't complain. $20 to $30, just like the original Cool Water. But because I don't have a bottle, let's just get into a picture as to what the bottle looks like, and then let's check out the next scent.
The next one I want to talk about is by a company that I discovered several years ago, and I do like a lot of their fragrances, especially their newest one, which is called This Is Not a Blue Bottle. I think that's what it's called. But it's the company Histoire de Parfum, and this one is 1725 Casanova. And this is a really sort of bright, also powdery lavender scent with a little bit of almond in the background, the vanilla dry down. It's a super heavenly, not necessarily gourmand, but it's a fougere, and it kind of gives you that barbershop feel. Very easy to wear, super classy. Every time I smell it, just like Creed's Green Irish Tweed, I just think gentleman.
Now, the second fragrance in this list is going to be from the house of Porsche, and this is Porsche Design Titan, or just Porsche Titan. So this is actually a very masculine fragrance, and what really adds that masculinity is the pepper. This is a bit of a pepper bomb. I originally thought that it was more of a fall and winter fragrance, but it's more of a spring and summertime fragrance. It is casual, but at the same time, I think it can be worn on those semi-formal outings. It's got pepper, citrus, mint, geraniums, woods, and a lot more.
The next one, and number 3, is another one I discovered recently because of a recommendation by another gentleman in the community. He goes by the name Roger. So Roger, thank you so much for suggesting this one. Special shout out to you in this video. And this one is by one of my all-time favorite perfumers. And I don't know if you can see these bottles up here, but my favorite perfumer did 3 of those bottles. His name is Bertrand Duchaufour. He's also done Sartorial by Penhaligon's, which is another wonderful lavender-based scent. If I owned it, it probably would have made it to this list because I'm treasuring my decant. And today I want to talk about a fragrance that he did for the house of L'Artisan. And he's done many fragrances for L'Artisan, but this one in particular I absolutely love, and it's called Sevilla L'aube. And it's a wonderful sort of orange blossom, bright, citrusy, warm, hint of powder in this one too. I don't know what it is. Maybe lavender and powder go hand in hand. But it's a wonderful fragrance. There is a little bit of sweetness, but it's a naturally occurring fruity type of a sweetness. It's not gourmand or confectionery or artificial.
Now, the next one in this video is actually going to be from the house of Ferragamo. And what kind of video is this if you don't have a Ferragamo, right? I'm a bit of a Ferragamo fanboy, if you're very familiar with my channel, and I've kind of hyped this one up a little bit in the past. I don't talk about it as much, hopefully, but this is just a great fragrance, especially for the price tag. It's just a great cheapie, one of the best cheapies out there. And this is Ferragamo F Black. So it's definitely got a lot of pepper, it's got some apple, some tonka bean, and more. I think it's also got a little bit of labdanum, I'm not exactly sure, but this is just a great signature versatile fragrance. You know, more so for the autumn and winter time. It is very masculine with that pepper note. So some people who don't like pepper will not like this one, nor will like this one. But for the price tag, you really can't go wrong for this one. This goes between $15 and $30 online, but also at some of your discounters, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and so on.
And then the next lavender fragrance I want to talk about is one that I absolutely love. Every time I see my bottle, I'm just tempted to spray it on because it's a fragrance I've had for such a long time, and it always evokes really warm memories. And it's by Jean Paul Gaultier, and it's called Le Male. So everybody knows Le Male. We are no stranger. Everybody knows the infamous torso with the bulge. It's a really, really classy scent. Mint, vanilla, lavender. Love it. I have several flankers. I have Le Beau Male, I have Ultra Male, I have Le Male Popeye. I tried Fleur du Mal. I actually really like that as an orange blossom fragrance too. But anyways, these are my numbers 2 through 5. I'm going to give you an honorable mention. I didn't include it in this list because, yes, even though it does have a lavender note and it stands out, it's not that strong of a lavender note, but I think it's worthy of a mention, and it's New Harlem by Bond 9. This is a really nice sort of pancakes, maple syrup, immortelle, spicy, sweet, sticky, gourmand type of a scent with a really weird note of lavender. And Maurice Rousseau has a knack for doing scents where he just throws in a note that throws you off guard, kind of like Musc Ravageur, where he throws in the note of clove and you're like, what am I smelling here? But nonetheless, I think it's a wonderful scent. That was my honorable mention.
The fourth one in this video is actually going to be from the House of Ferragamo once again, and this will be the last Ferragamo fragrance, gentlemen, I promise you. This is ACQUA Essenziale Blue. So this was actually a gift from the girlfriend, and it's just a great gift. This one has a ton of lavender, and out of all my fragrances, I probably have about 40 bottles right now, including decants. This probably has the most amount of lavender, and it's definitely going to put off some people, so you definitely have to smell it first. But some of the other notes, tonka bean, citrus, cardamom, and definitely patchouli. The patchouli does add a little bit more of that masculinity, and it's a very masculine fragrance as well. A little bit classy, but it's also pretty casual. And from what I've been told as of late, you know, a lot of people have been leaving comments on some of my Ferragamo videos. This is going for about $12, $13 at Ross, TJ Maxx. It's just really, you can't go wrong. So Ferragamo ACQUA Essenziale.
Let me tell you guys what my number 1 fragrance is. And this is a fragrance that I care deeply about, and I had the pleasure of meeting the perfumer, and he signed my bottle for me, and it's a discontinued fragrance, and my bottle is, I want to say, like 90 to 95% full. So I'm trying to be pretty conservative with my sprays because I'm afraid that I'm going to run out of this, and I'm never going to be able to acquire a bottle again unless I plan to shell out several hundreds of dollars, and I don't have the heart to do that. But it's by Christian Dior. It's part of the La Collection Privée line, and it's called Eau Noire. This is probably everybody's least favorite scent. I smelled it when I went to Florida a few years back, and I was visiting my friend Renee, who also happens to be a YouTube fragrance reviewer, and he was wearing this, he wasn't wearing it, but we were in Dior boutique, and I think we both passed by the scent and we tried it out, and I loved it. I loved it at first sniff. And then when it started to dry down and it came out with this warm sort of vanilla tobacco-y note, oh God, it's such a gorgeous scent from top to bottom, from beginning to end. And I love having it in my collection. Francis Kirkjohn was also a gentleman. I had the opportunity to talk to him for about a half an hour, and we made good conversation. And anyways, it's my favorite lavender scent. What else can I say about it? So, guys,
now the last one in this video is actually going to be my favorite from this entire list, and it's actually one of my very favorites of this year. It's definitely going to make my 2016 favorite fragrance video, and it's actually a new release that came out this year. And this is from the house of Mont Blanc, not Mont Blanc, but Mont Blanc. and this is Legend Spirit. Tons and tons of lavender. Very, very fresh, clean, out of the shower type of scent. Some of the other notes, watery notes, musk, white woods, and more. Just a phenomenal fragrance. You know, ladies like a man that smells clean, fresh, and pretty much out of the shower. This is, gentlemen, this is pretty much spring and summer right here.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. Chad, thank you very much for having me be a part of this video, and I'm sure this is just one of the many collaborations that we'll be doing in the future as well. So guys, take care. I hope you have a wonderful day.
So those are my picks. Steven, again, thank you for being a part of this video. I really do enjoy working with you, and again, you're one of my closest friends. Guys, if you are new to the community and you have not come across Steven's channel, chances are you have. You know, he's one of the top, most popular guys in our community. But if you haven't done so, his link will be down below. Please make sure that you check him out. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you later.